Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today I got another watch winder by a company that goes by the name of Mirage Luxury Travel. It's kind of an odd name because most of the products they sell are watch winders and watch boxes. This isn't really a travel item. So when I think of a name like Mirage Luxury Travel or something with the subtitle as luxury travel, I think of like luggage, So this company is mainly just when we click on some of their items, they have watch stands, watch rolls, which would be, I guess, for travel, watch cases, and I think they have a pen. So I think this is another kind of situation where a company should have thought a little more about their branding. I just don't understand where the luxury travel part comes into play. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a watch box, watch winder company, or a watch storage company. And this is, I gotta tell you, I've reviewed a few watch winders in the past, and I gotta tell you, I think this is my favorite one. So I'm not gonna get too involved in the unboxing part of it. You guys are all grown adults. Here is the box. It does have a pretty nice presentation though. Nice cardboard box. I do have some foam inserts on the inside to protect the box or the watch winder, but that's really about it. And it doesn't really need to be anything more than that. I think companies sometimes spend a little bit too much time on the presentation, the packaging, and less on the actual product. So what do we get with this? So we get this really nice kind of faux leather material. And this is for the guy who really wants to display his watches. Now you guys know, I've mentioned it in many videos, most of my watches are stored in safes. I like the idea and the peace of mind of knowing all my watches, my jewelry are protected. Some may say, "Oh, why you want? Nobody's going to steal that." That's just naive and really, honestly, quite stupid thinking. Because if somebody's going to break into your house, the first thing they're going to take is anything jewelry related, whether it has real street value or not. So, watches to me are sentimental. It's something I enjoy collecting, and so even losing something that I necessarily don't even wear all that much would really bother me. So I like the idea that they're all tucked away and lock and key, but I'll throw a few in here. Remember, insurance does cover a certain amount of watch value. Most of the time, your policy is going to cover up to like $2,500, but again, that's between you and your insurance company. Double check. I'd hate for you to have your entire collection up for grabs and have a crackhead break in and take everything that you have in the way of watches and get $2,500 back. So, but with that being said, it is nice to display some of these, and this looks fantastic on my my dresser, right? So what do you get with this? So I'm just going to put this down for a second. I'm not sure as far as the material, just going right off their website, they don't tell you what it's actually made of, at least not that I can see on here. We do have, obviously some kind of wood type material. We do have a dual push button latch on this. Opens with ease. It does seem like it's pretty nice quality construction here. Some of the watch boxes you get on eBay and Amazon with like that plexiglass kind of top, I'll tell you, every one that I've had, which looks similar to this, every one, the glue has separated and these different kind of upholstered panels have come off. Just like this here, this is actually a glued on panel on top. And, we'll see, we'll give it the test of time. If it starts to come off, I'll definitely come back and re-review it. But so far, so good, no issues. Now, if you're a handy guy and that did happen, it's very easy to glue it down. My cheaper watch boxes in that $27 price point, I just have to put a little bit of hot glue on there. It'll be as good as new. But it is something to think about when you're spending this kind of money on a watch box. And this is not cheap. This is $189. Now, if you put that into perspective on what you pay for a watch, it's not that bad. This is going to house, what do we got? 10 watches. So pretty good. I like the fact that they have a top storage case, and the pillows are really nice on this. One thing I really appreciate too is that the pillows actually sit in like a curved trough. So the band is going to curve in there. It helps to keep the watches from kind of slipping around and falling forward or back. I know that a lot of the other boxes I've tested that have like the cheaper ones, and many boxes at all price points, to be honest with you, that just have a square storage slot. Those watches, when you put them in there, they start to roll, and next thing you know, you're looking at all your watches and some are tilted back, some are forward. So I like the fact that they have this kind of half moon curve. Actually, it's kind of like a half moon. It basically curves from the top. It almost looks like a half pipe, a skateboard, half half of a half pipe, quarter pipe, right? And so it curves down to the front and it's flat. So when you put your watch in there, it's going to have the tendency to want to tip kind of forward or flat. So I really like that. With just the pillows in here, hopefully you can see this, you'll see that the pillows are actually kind of angled forward, and that gives the watch kind of a little bit of a tilt forward. Again, it really depends on the watch and how you have the position on the pillow. You can see I have some really large Nubeo watches in here, and when we look at this particular one, because there's so much strap material, it's actually kind of holding the watch up, but you can tip it forward a little bit. We have another Earnshaw right here. Again, just kind of put it in there and kind of tip it forward, and it'll sort of stay where you put it. Again, it depends on the watch, but I do like the fact they did that. Again, 8 on top, and you have a lockable latch on here. I don't see the point in locking it unless you want to keep like some little kids out of there or something like that. It's not really going to provide any security, but it closes with authority. It doesn't wobble. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's a really nice quality box. You have the Mirage logo right in the... Sorry, folks. You have the Mirage logo right in the top of the box here, and like this kind of velvet padding. Really nice. This is a very well put together box. We have more than just a standard hinge. We have a hinge with like this kind of half curved bracket. That prevents the top from overstressing the hinge and breaking. So I like the fact they did that. The only thing I would have changed in this is put a nice plexiglass window on top. But again, that is subjective. The real cool part about this is the watch winding part of it, which is down here. This opens with ease. It's like a kind of a latch on here. I don't think it's magnetic. It's like two kind of ball, like a ball and clasp latch. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology there. But opens with ease. And what really separates this watch winder from all the other ones I've tested is how you put the watch in the actual winder. And this is a game changer compared to other boxes that I've reviewed. Again, they're all pretty nice. Some have just like, you know, a little square kind of like cushion that has a spring on them, so it puts some tension on the watch so it stays in there. What I like about this, let me pop this off here, and this is really innovative. What they've done is they have this spring-loaded mechanism, and they have some faux leather on here, some vinyl. They have the Mirage logo right on here. I mean, they kind of, I think, really kind of put some thought into how they put each piece together. I mean, nobody's going to see that, but they still did that, which is pretty cool. And what I like about it is that this pad is adjustable. So you basically slide this out, depending on how large your wrist is and the watch you're putting in there, you can adjust this further out or further in. So for me, I'm going to put this at the smallest setting. And this is actually a spring, almost like a spring latch. So you press it down and it locks down. The idea in that is you basically press that down, it holds it closed. You put your watch in the slot, and again, this is, you know, a non-strapped version, so it's a bracelet. And then once it's in there, you basically press again, and again, you have to play with this. You can see it's kind of putting tension on the bracelet, so it's not flopping around. It's tight in there. And I like that they have these two bars on here, these two plastic kind of grips. It allows you just to take the watch and place it right in the watch winder here, like so. And it stays in there with ease. Now you can see this is flopping a little bit. What I would recommend is, let me take the watch back off. Again, we're going to move it to the other position here. It just pushes it out a little further. So let's try that again. We're going to push it in. Fold the clasp. And now it's putting more tension on the watch. So it's a little bit tighter. And we'll slide that in here. Like so. Pops in with authority. It's not wobbling around. Again, other watch winders and boxes I've tested, the watch kind of flops a little bit because you're just putting on, like, I think I have one here, like a, see if I have one from a different company. Yeah, and this is actually one of the nicer ones that I've seen. See, it's like just a foam kind of pad that has a spring in it. And so you basically squeeze that down. It kind of puts a little tension on the band, and you put it in the box. This thing really clips in here nice. Close it up, and then of course we have a couple switches on the back. Basically your power port, which it comes with the power supply, your light, and of course your watch winder. You turn on the motor. Now of course it's not plugged in here, and I'm not going to pull the cord out. I'll throw some pictures up here during the video, but this lights up with a nice white bright LED. It is not RGB, you can't change it around, which honestly I'm kind of glad they just made it plain old white. It really illuminates the watch. You can see the watch rotating and winding in there. Pretty cool. So I was going to read you right off the website what they state. And they do make, they do have a small instruction here showing you that watch pillow, so to speak, and how to set that up and how you can adjust the tension. And they just state here, I'm not going to dumb it down too much here because you guys understand what an LED light does. Like, we know it's so you can see your watch, right? So I don't need to bore you with that nonsense or insult you. But it just says here, the perfect retractable watch winder pillow with the adjustable base slots. Very cool. It says here, crafted in genuine leather for long-lasting quality. I don't know if that's true, actually. They say that this is genuine leather. I'm not getting the vibe that this is genuine leather. They might mean the actual pillow. So kind of keep that, take that with a grain of salt. Usually leather, it might be that my nose is still off. It might actually be leather. I'm sorry. I had COVID like 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't gotten my taste back, and I can smell some cologne, thank God, right? But I just can't smell and everything, right? But so it might actually be. God, this sucks. Maybe it is leather. I don't know. Well, let's go with what they state right off their website. They do state that it's genuine leather. I'm assuming they mean the entire box and not just the pillow, but we don't really know. If you do have, like, if that is a deal breaker for you, by all means, drop me a comment and I'll make sure I get you that information. And a lot of times the company might just reach out and say, yeah, guess what, Fat Cat, it is leather. It says here, bonus. The pillows are removable and adjustable to accommodate long, medium, and short watch bands for a perfect fit. Again, I think that's very innovative on their part because other watch boxes and watch winders I reviewed do not have that. So I really like that. Has a self-stop feature. The winder will automatically stop when the door is open. The watch, which is pretty cool, so you can pull the watch out. You're not having to reach back and turn off the switch. Again, you have the LED light switch on the back. And it says here it has a 10 dB motor. So for some of you folks, I always laugh when I see things like that because I'm like, there's no way people are like, I mean, I've had, like I said, I have many watch winders and some you can hear, but it's very slight. But some people are very sensitive to noise, totally get it. It just states here that it's an enhanced super silent motor. It says here noise under 10 dBs and it'll start to rotate. It says the motor will start to rotate clockwise for 3 minutes. Stop for 6 minutes, then reverse 3 minutes, and stop for 6 minutes. So there is no cycle. Some of these other ones you can actually adjust the rotation and which way. I like the fact they just kind of kept it simple. It winds the way it winds. I don't think you really need to worry about, oh, you know, how many times is it rotating per minute. You throw your watch in there and let it do its thing, right? Just like when you're wearing it. Sometimes it's winding one way, depending on the watch you have. Sometimes it's winding the opposite way, and sometimes if you're sitting on your ass, it's not winding at all. So I like the fact they kept it really simple. They didn't overcomplicate it. You put your watch in, you turn on both switches, you got the light, you got the watch winding, you're good to go. So very nice looking box, nicest quality watch box that I've ever got. This is one of these things that when I got it, you know, I'll collaborate with watch brands to, you know, a lot of times to you know, share this stuff with you guys, get views. You know, every video you put up is an opportunity for a new subscriber, right? And let's face it, I'd be lying to you if I say it's not cool getting free stuff, right? But, you know, this is something I didn't really think I was going to put out. I figured maybe I'd, you know, gift it or sell it, but I'm going to keep it. I really like it. It looks great on my dresser, and I like the LED lights. It's just enough light where it's not annoying, but just, you know, for a watch collector, you know, you got to display a few of them. So I like it. I dig it. Very nice, and I want to thank Mirage for their generosity in collaborating Fat Cat Collections. Again, link as always in description. I encourage you to check out their all collection, it says here. Looks like they do have an Amazon store, and I'm going to link you guys to that as well. Let me see if this is on Amazon, because I always recommend buying through Amazon. Unfortunately, they only have the 3-slot watch roll on Amazon for as far as a US store. It's just interesting that they put here, this kind of bugs me. It says here, if it's more convenient to buy from Amazon, no worries, click the links below, and then you click the link below and they have one item. So that's unfortunate. They really should, if they're going to list that, they should have all their items on Amazon. So at this point, if you want to get this, you'll have to buy it directly through Mirage. And I think next go around I'm going to request, if they want to collaborate again, the one of their luxury pens are pretty cool. And their watch roll is very nice. Definitely a nice quality watch roll. It looks like everything they make here appears to be leather. And it looks like this is on sale right now. So normally $249. So, you decide whether or not that is something you want to get in value. But I can tell you, compared to the other watch winders I reviewed on this channel, and again, I haven't reviewed them all. There's thousands out there. I'll tell you, this is the nicest one. And the price is pretty comparable. Like a lot of watch winders are, in the $300-400 range. And to be honest with you, as cool as they are, I don't know if I'd necessarily spend that much on one. For $189, I think this is a fantastic gift for a watch lover in your life. And I think that this watch box, if you guys know I'm not a luxury watch collector. I'm not into the super expensive brands. But I think if you are, and there's nothing wrong with that, I think this watch box has the quality level that it doesn't feel like you went to eBay or Amazon and bought like an inexpensive watch box for your $4,000 watch. Like it looks like nice quality. It'll definitely show off your baby, your Rolex. I know what you're talking about. I know we're talking about your Rolex here. So check it out. If I can help you in any way, let me know. I want to thank Mirage for the generosity. As always, links are in the description. And you guys have a fantastic day. Subscribe to the channel and take care.